That's what I thought
But
initially too. Like, I'm sorry, Mike. Like, by NY Open, we may get that drop, but couldn't really get like a stronger close right below this area because I saw data. I'm like, we were positive. So you're right. Maybe it's likely to drop at NYC.
Yeah, and that's what confuses people. People get like sort of stuck, and it's unfortunate. Like, I mean, but then so you play all the different factors today. So today's Friday, end of the week, so there might be a bit of a pullback for next week's candle to continue to trail up. I think long term, I think we see gold hitting about 1860 just based on the current structure of the market. But right now, you might see Friday there might be a little bit of a pullback. This is the tough part because this range, if you look on the hourly, we're coming into a rejection area again. So that's where you would play off that range, and you could have been like, okay, I'm going to drive up to here. So what you may want to do is wait till 8:30. You might get a pullback one more time, and then you might break through to the top of this range. So the top of the range, exactly where you have 1849, we may hit that because you're essentially what you're saying is you're basically saying this was your support. You'll get one more drop down here, and then you'll just get a drive up like that, and it'll come to this top, which basically fills this wick. And if we know from like just normal data, whenever we have a rejection wick and we're driving into that momentum of that rejection, it drives through rather quick. So it'll be a quick spike, and then you'll have to reevaluate at that time. But if you notice, anytime we hit a rejection area or a previous rejection area, now we're going in momentum. So what I mean by we're going in that direction, you get a quick spike right through it, whether it's going up or going down. You're going to get a quick spike through that area because it's no longer rejection. It's like a valid sort of highway for volume to flow through. So that
I can get a mod. You come here at 6:30 every day. You come here at 8:22. You need to be here at 6:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, need to be here at 6:30. Yeah, so that's basically what you're doing. I mean, I think if you take sells, you're waiting for a candle to pop up here, and then you're looking for that drive down. Ideally, if this hour candle goes up and then creates this wick here and starts to reject here, that 9 o'clock you're going to get this basically. So you have this, and then continue that way. So you have both opportunities. It's just the sell may take a longer time for it to appear, and you may need more confirmations, and you might find it happens at like 9:30 or 10 o'clock Eastern time. It's not going to happen for the next hour. So you can say, okay, I'm going to try and take buys, but my range is a little tighter, and I have to be aware of that. So this might be a tougher trade to take now, since you missed all this move up. But I still think you have to here and then eventually up to here. So I mean, you still have room. But I mean, once again, where's your stop loss going to be, and how are you going to manage your trade? This was sort of your best spot, because it's like, if we don't break this, like Raja said, we're going up. So it was pretty easy. And then you say, well, what's your stop loss? It's like, well, you don't need a stop loss because you have rejections here, knowing we're going back up, and knowing that all the structure of the market is going to go bullish for the time being, because of the fact that the market's going to set up to drop later on. So you could have used all that as confluence.
Yeah, amazing. I hope you guys are listening, because that was some invaluable information right there. Comet strategy. That's what we're gonna call it now, Ted.
You know what? It works. It works until it doesn't. I've seen it where it sort of drives up, and then I see it where it like sort of just screws around with the market. I haven't tested it enough for it to have like a valid sort of like, hey, this is what you're going to do every single time you see it. It's just mainly with market structure, and to be honest, market structure has been pretty choppy lately in terms of just getting ready to go. What I found too lately in the last month, the algorithms have shifted in the way that they're running the market. Like the 8 a.m. move used to be pretty strong. Like we used to get a pretty strong 8 a.m. move consistently. Now it's starting to taper into like 9:15, 9:30. We're getting a stronger move in the equity market rather than in the, in this market here at 8 a.m. And the other thing is too, I'm looking now a lot more at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. seems to be a little bit cleaner off of the 6 a.m. candle. 7 a.m. seems to give you that, like a good direction, whether it's a buy or a sell for the time being. But that hour candle is usually relatively strong. It's not very choppy. So sometimes I'll take buys between like 7:30, or like I'll take positions between 7 and 7:40 or 7:30 and 7:45. It seems like you can get a nice rip of like 15, 20 pips there, and then come back in at like 8:15 or so and see if you can grab more. The other thing I've noticed too is 8:30, between 8:30 and 8:45. That's relatively a clean move just before the market starts to do some wonky stuff around 9 o'clock, because we're obviously setting up for the New York Stock Exchange. So there's been like little nuances like that. So I've been trying to play off those different ideas.
So it works until it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, you can see here with gold on the hourly, it's like almost like we're consolidating, but we should finish the top of that range.
Yeah. On the next daily zone, it has like 1867.
Yeah, I have 1852 for the top of that daily range, but I don't think we're going to get there today. I mean, if we do get there today, it's really good, but I think you might get the weekly pullback for the time being here, and then it might drive again. Although you might find that the weekly candle, you're in that weekly zone right now with the weekly candle, so you might get a pullback, or obviously it might just go all the way through. But for right now, I think people should be waiting till about 8:30. Like I said, if you're taking, if you want to take sells are going to have to be below 1841 or so. I think at this point, and I think if you're taking buys, you have buys up until 1849, and then you just have to reevaluate at that point.
I should have observed algorithmic shift in some major pairs of witness volume an hour later than usual. Yeah, I mean, those things happen. Like sometimes you have that stretch of days where things work at certain times. They're not working at that time. You're seeing them at the later stage of the session. Let's take a look over here. Why did we not buy on the 30-minute close right here? What's this?
Why?